Have you ever heard of a night so dark it birthed a new nation? Let's travel back to March 25, 1971. A date etched in the memory of South Asia as a night of unimaginable horror, but also of unshakable resolve. This is the story of Bangladesh's fight for freedom. In 1970, the people of what was then East Pakistan had spoken. They voted overwhelmingly for autonomy in a landmark election, expecting a peaceful transfer of power. They hoped for a future where their culture, their language, and their voices would be respected. But that hope was about to be shattered. Instead of democracy, the Pakistani military regime in West Pakistan chose brutality. They planned a horrific crackdown codenamed Operation Searchlight, their goal, to crush the Bengali spirit, to silence their demand for rights once and for all. As darkness fell on March 25th, the streets of Dhaka, the vibrant heart of Bengali culture, turned into a hunting ground. Tanks rolled through the city, and soldiers began an indiscriminate assault on an unsuspecting civilian population. They targeted the very soul of the nation, its students, its thinkers, its leaders. The prestigious Dhaka University, a center of intellectual thought and youthful dreams, became a killing field. Dormitories were shelled and students and professors were dragged out and executed. Residential areas, police headquarters and newspaper offices were attacked. The night was filled with the sounds of gunfire and the screams of the innocent. This was not just a military operation. It was a genocidal campaign aimed at terrorizing an entire people into submission. The Pakistani military's plan was to eliminate any and all opposition, wiping out the intellectual and political leadership of the Bengali people. The atrocities of that single night destroyed any remaining hope for a united Pakistan. The bond was broken, not by political disagreement, but by bloodshed. But from the deepest, darkest despair, something powerful and unexpected was born: the will to resist. The very next day, March 26th, a formal declaration of independence was broadcast across the land. The message was clear: East Pakistan was no more. In its place, the sovereign nation of Bangladesh was declared. Operation Searchlight had failed to crush the Bengali spirit. Instead, it had ignited a fire that would engulf the subcontinent. The night of terror had given birth to a war of liberation. This wasn't just a conflict between two armies. The Bangladesh Liberation War was a people's war. It was a 9-month struggle for identity, for dignity, and for the very right to exist. Ordinary people, farmers, students, doctors, artists transformed into freedom fighters. They formed the Mukti Bahini or Liberation Army. Lacking heavy weaponry, they became masters of guerrilla warfare. They knew their land, its rivers, its villages. They launched surprise attacks, sabotaged supply lines, and wore down a powerful, well-equipped army. They fought with a courage that stunned the world. The human cost was immense. Millions were forced to flee their homes, creating one of the largest refugee crises in history. They poured across the border into India, seeking safety from the relentless violence. Their stories of survival and loss brought the plight of Bangladesh to the world's attention. International journalists risked their lives to document the atrocities, and their reports shocked the global conscience. The world could no longer ignore the struggle of a nation being born in blood and fire. For 9 long, brutal months, the people of Bangladesh fought on. They endured unimaginable suffering but never lost sight of their goal. Finally, on December 16, 1971, with the support of the Indian Armed Forces, the Pakistani army surrendered in Dhaka. Victory was declared. A new flag was raised over a free land. Bangladesh had emerged, independent and sovereign. Its freedom was not granted, it was earned. It was written in the sacrifice of millions, a testament to the idea that even in the darkest of nights, the dream of freedom can never be extinguished. This story is a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. If you found this history moving, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories that deserve to be told. Thanks for watching.